Hello everyone, Semi-Dad back here again on our American Truck Simulator Debt-Free Explorer series. Welcome back, I hope you are all well. I am super pumped for this episode. We have got a job of scrapped cars. This is episode 12 of the series. It's going amazingly well, and this is the episode. We are heading up to Portland. We're going to go and check in on Russell. He said he's got a truck for us. He's been a bit sketchy. He won't give us any details. He's a bit of a stubborn kind of guy. He's not sending any pictures or anything like that. So we're going in blind. He says it's within budget. I've told him I'm looking to spend 25 grand. Done some jobs. We've got 27,165. So we've got a small bit of contingency, but he was sure that it was in our budget. So we'll head on up. We're on a load of scrap cars going up there. It's not paying particularly well, but it was the only job that was going up to Portland from Salt Lake, which is our home base. So we'll have a chat on the way as usual, and let's get into it. So, as I said, we're heading up to Portland. We're going to see Russell. He's got a truck for us. So do stick around to the end if you're interested to see what truck Russell has got for us. Like I said, don't know. It's flying blind. He said it's
turn right.
He said it's a good truck,
Turn
but
right.
we'll see. Anyhow, I hope you are all doing really well. I have been putting the miles in off recordings to try and get us up there. And I probably won't cover it off on this episode just because there's a lot to get into. This also, just to give you a heads up, it's a 756 mile job. Because of looking at the track and stuff at the end,
turn left.
I am going to probably cut some of the actual drive time
Turn
out
left.
just to make sure that it's not like a 2-hour episode. In other news, SD Logistics is going really well. So if you do want to drive for a VTC, but you were put off by the rules of other companies, other minimum requirements, minimum job requirements, all that kind of good stuff, do come and drive for SD Logistics. We are very relaxed. We've got no minimums, we've got no maximums. Drive as much or as little as you can. We've got no designated truck, so you can run whatever truck you like. We don't force you having a skin. We don't make you take pictures on the way. So if you do want to do that, if you do want to join a VTC and you're put off by the other ones with very strict rules, hit the link in the description below for Discord. All the information you need to join is in there. We would love to have you on board. We're always recruiting. Where are we going down here? Just my way a little bit there. So yeah, we're always recruiting. Always happy to have new members on board. We've got a brilliant, amazing community, and this week we broke into the top 100 on Trucksbook, which second month in, I think this is the 4th week. I could not believe it. To be in the top 100 is absolutely awesome. So hit the link down there, come and join us. Even if you don't want to join the BTC, hit the link anyway. We've got a bunch of channels in there for
Keep right.
trucking.
And then
If
turn
that's
right.
your thing. If farming's your thing, we've got farming channels in there as well for Farm Simulator.
Turn right.
Stay green, please, stay green. Oh, no. Sorry. A bit heavy on the old... I would have been stupid to get a red light ticket at that point. Yeah, we've got a bunch of channels in there, so do come on down. Trying to build one of the best communities in the Discord space, so it'd be great to have you.
Keep right. And
Yep,
then
did a
exit
live stream
right.
the other day, which was awesome. So many people came to watch that. Was absolutely
Exit right.
blown away by the people that turned up to watch that. You know, I'm a very, very small channel in comparison to some other channels, and I think I was getting sort of 11, 12 people watching that, which to me, like I said, being a small channel, that is awesome to me. That many people want to come and watch me waffle on about trucks. But as I said on that live stream, that was somewhat of a on a wing and a prayer live stream. I didn't have any overlays, didn't have anything set up properly, and streamed an episode of this, so episode 11 was a live stream episode. If you haven't watched it, I'll try and remember to put a link up in the description somewhere, so you can either in the description on the screen, so that you can go back and watch it. But it was awesome. I had a great time. I think everyone did a job, and touchwood, sound issues seem to be resolved. So what I said on there is we're going to be resurrecting the Buckland Farm series, but on a live stream basis. So there'll be one more pre-recorded episode of Buckland that will come out in the next few days, hopefully, and then from there, just for ease for me, it's gonna, until I get some better skills at video editing and can speed that process up, it's gonna very much become a live stream only series. Still the premise is the same, still the challenge is the same, but yeah, live stream once a week, probably on a Friday, Saturday or a Sunday. I'm not too sure yet, need to nail down that, but we're looking at starting that a week, not this coming weekend, so this is coming out Thursday the 5th of October, I think, so it won't be this coming weekend that we start that, but we'll be looking at starting that on the next weekend. But I will put an announcement up about that once I've nailed down which day, because ultimately what I want to do is get it to be on the same day every week, so you can expect some kind of regularity with it. So if I, for example, hypothetically, if I said it's going to be a Friday, you guys know come Friday it's Buckland Farm time, live stream, kick off about 8 o'clock probably, go for a few hours till it's dark, till the jobs are done, and
Keep left.
Whoa, what was that cop car doing then? Just doing a 360 spin, so that's not safe driving. You need to be setting the example for regulars. So yeah, that's the plan with that. But it's all moving in the right direction. I'm feeling good. I am super pumped about this episode. This has been a long time coming. Lynn and I sort of hashed this idea together at this point probably close to a month ago, maybe. Can't really remember off the top of my head. I've forced myself to put out 2 episodes a week for the last few weeks to try and get us there. Been doing jobs in between to get us there, and I think this is really going to progress the series. There's been a lot of interest about the truck that Russell's got for us. I mean, I'm interested myself. Like I said, he's a cagey kind of guy. He doesn't use tech very well. So, okay, we're going to be diverting off here. Fantastic. Yeah, he doesn't do tech very well, so he hasn't sent any pictures or anything like that, which is kind of frustrating, because if I get up there and the truck is not what I expected. Ideally want a Peterbilt, that's what I'd love to have, but we'll see. I'm hoping we'll get up there, we'll do a bit of a test drive even, and hopefully it'll be fine. He's really very confident that the truck will fit
Keep
my
right,
needs, so
and then
we'll see.
exit right. Exit right.
I also have been playing on
In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
and I had a week off work last week, so that was good. Nice that we didn't do anything. It's just sometimes it's just so nice to be able to recharge the batteries, take some time away from the day job, recharge the batteries, have some some rest. We
In 400 meters, turn left.
I've got a feeling that we're going to go around on this detour,
Turn
and the exit we need to go off is going to be blocked as well. But we'll see. Stop. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's nice to just recharge the batteries. We didn't really do anything, mega. It's not really like we had anything majorly planned. It was just nice. The kids were still in school, wife and I managed to go out for breakfast one morning. That was lovely. Just to Morrison's Cafe. Nothing fancy, but it was just nice to have that time to be able to go and just the two of us have that breakfast. Just sort of sat across from the table and just chatted, which we haven't done for a long time because it's hard with the kids. Don't have family close by, so
Keep right. And then
sort of everything
exit
has to be
right.
done by us. And exactly what I thought was going to happen has happened.
Exit right.
So this whole process has been frustrated. Alright, so that was an absolute nightmare. We ended up doubling back on ourselves and coming back, and the sat-nav didn't know what it was doing, so I just ended up having to reroute myself, which is annoying, but we're back on track now. But yeah, so it was just nice to have some time off. We went to breakfast. It was just nice to be able to sit and chat about life plans, life goals, that kind of stuff. And then the day after that, we went to donate blood. My wife signed us up, and we went to donate blood. Not another diversion, surely not. Oh no, it's just a traffic stop. That's okay. So and then the day after that, like I said, we just donated blood. She signed us up. I used to donate blood a long, long time ago, and then I started getting tattoos and stuff, and they're a bit particular about length of time after tattoos, all that kind of stuff. So and then I just never started going again. So she had the idea that she wanted to donate blood for the first time, and I said, I used to donate blood, so she signed us both up. Ironically, when we got there, she couldn't donate because she had a cold, so they said, you can't donate now, but you need to wait, I think 7 days or 10 days. So it was only me that ended up doing it. But, very, very smooth process, as you'd expect, in and out, job done. And then we went to some lunch after that. We went to Wagamama's, which is like I don't know if you've got that in the States, if you are from the States, but it's like an Asian infusion sort of type of place. I think is probably the best way to describe it. I had some ramen noodles and she had like a curry and some starters and stuff, and that was amazing. Again, it's not something we get to do very often because we've got 4 kids, so three are ours, 1 is mine from a previous relationship, all live with us, and we don't have anything in the way of family sort of locally. She's got her sisters locally, but in terms of like actually looking after the kids and that, it's we don't have anyone really that we can rely on a regular basis. My family live away, so they live close to 250 miles away, so it's 4.5 hour drive, so they can't come and watch them for us. So that's generally what we have to do, is take some time off from work and do it in the day when the kids are in school. It's just nice to be able to do those things, and I hope we'll be able to keep doing those things, because it's something that we've probably neglected because of having kids and not having a great support network around here. And we went to a comedy show probably just about 3 weeks ago, I think it was. We went to a comedy show on a Saturday evening, and that was absolutely amazing. We had a great time, and it's just I think that was the 3rd time in 7 years that we'd been out, managed to get her sit there and been out, and it kind of both made us sort of stand up and realise, actually, this is nice and this is important, really. So to do that on a somewhat regular basis from here on. So yeah, like I said, the this job isn't paying particularly well. I think pay on it was like $269. It was like 40 cents a mile, which is way lower than I would usually take. We've been living that $1 a mile. Is sort of where we've been looking to be at. and I had to take it because it was literally the only job that was going to Portland. So that was bit of an annoyance, but he said it's the only job going to Portland. We need to go to Portland to see the truck. With all being well, this will be our last contract job, and we'll have our own truck by the end of this episode, and we won't need to contract out again, so that'll be good. Alright guys, so that was uneventful in the last sort of 200 or so miles. I have now got to come off into the place called Ontario, not Canada, because we are needed to fuel. We will also need to sleep, annoyingly, for 6 minutes worth of time, because we, based on the time left to sleep and the time left on the job, is about a 6 minute discrepancy, which it's kind of annoying to have to bring time forward just for that, but it's okay. We've got to do what we've got to do. Cannot afford a fine. So I think we're in here. So let us top up with some diesel first. And this is, in theory, being well, the last time that we'll get free diesel, because obviously the company that we're contracted to covers the fuel. So all being well, after this we will be in charge of our own fuel costs. So that's when we'll need to look at how much the fuel costs. I'll need to have a little look at it, because I do run the mod that gives variable fuel price, and it's linked into the GDC economy mod because it's done by the same person. But I need to probably have a little look at it, because when it comes to the calculations with the owning your own truck, there's a calculation to be done based on costs to run the truck, so that you can get a feel for how much, essentially what the minimum amount is you can take on a job where you're still going to be profitable. So I'll need to have a look at that, because the realistic fuel economy mod that changes the prices, I need to work out how best to decide what the price is when I'm doing that calculation, because it's going to be slightly skewed. Like, for example, when I filled up there, it was $4.55 a gallon. That's when I was filling up on a different job the other day. It was like $3.90 a gallon in a different place, so it varies greatly. So I don't know,
400
when I'm doing a
meters,
calculation,
turn left.
do I just use the most expensive rate?
Turn left.
Do I turn that into a fixed rate rather than a variable? And then we work it based on... Stop. Do we... back in. Yeah, do we use a fixed rate, or do we use a variable rate, in which case we're going to essentially have to do the calculation in every city that we're in, which we don't have time for that. So I think what we'll probably end up doing, there's guidance for it anyway, so when it comes to it, as long as all being well with this truck, then we'll do that calculation based on the guidance that exists with the mod. But what I would imagine we do is use like a fixed price, probably the most expensive rate of fuel, and then use that for our calculations. And then some jobs, when it actually comes to the crunch, is going to be cheaper than others. And then the other consideration that we'll need to do, like just getting excited for the truck. So, all being well with the truck, we're going to be hopefully having our own truck. And I'm just thinking of all the things that I guess a real life owner operator would need to think of. But yeah, one of the other considerations we'll need to give thought to is our fuel strategy. Do we just brim the tank every time? Or do we work out roughly how much we'll need per the job that we're doing and just
Keep
fill
left.
out that much?
And then turn left.
Like part of the equation is to work out your actual fuel consumption. So
Turn left.
if we know, for example, hypothetically, our actual fuel consumption for the truck would be, say, 6 miles per gallon, then and we do a job that's, say, 60 miles, then do we just put 10 gallons in for that job, or like 12 just to give a bit of contingency, or do we just brim the tank and we just run it like that? I mean, in real life, what I do with my car is if I know there's a garage, I mean, I've got a friend who owns a garage, so I try and use his just to support him, but if I'm not using that garage, if I'm away at work, which is further away than I can, then there's one garage I use every time, so I know they're generally the cheapest around. So perhaps that's the strategy, is just pick a garage which we know is generally cheaper, and just every few jobs just try and get a job that's going to end close to that garage so we can fill up there. But if we're talking, if it's a few cents a gallon cheaper, then is it worth that hassle of... That makes sense. Is it worth that hassle of trying to end up in that same place every time, or every few runs to top up? Probably not. If you were talking like $1 a gallon cheaper, then yeah, it probably is, because over the course of a tank, that's nearly $200 saved. We'll have to have a little look into the booklet. I think that will probably be one of the next episodes, as long as we get the truck. So like I said, we don't know what it is. That's what's a bit elusive. We're just about 2/3 of the way into the trip. We've got 325 miles to go. One thing I didn't mention before is we are USDOT numbers in hand, so we can, if the truck comes out alright and we can get it, then we can just roll straight on through. Probably try and take a job straight away to get it back to our garage back down in Utah. So we are with the stickers in hand, ready to be fitted to the truck on the side as is regulation. We've got our IFCO number, we've got our MC number, obviously Russell will have the VIN number hopefully to put on the side of the truck, and what should already be on there in theory. So we need to stay above board legal, because you don't want to get pulled by those DOT officers on the way back. Your paper's not correct, you're in some big trouble. This is one of my biggest bugbears about ATS, is just give them a little flash, see if it moves in. Have to do a naughty undertake. So you are hogging the outside lane. Actually, I don't even know if that's a thing in the States. So in Great Britain, UK, generally you're supposed to stay on the inside 2 lanes, and unless you're overtaken and you go out in the speed lane. Is that a thing in the States? Or is that guy okay to just sit out in the outside lane, just hogging up space? Not go in the speed limit. This sure is annoying. I got stuck on one of the jobs. I got stuck on a 70-mile-per-hour road, and the car in front of me was doing 25 miles per hour, and it was a single track road, so I couldn't go around them. The road itself was fine, it wasn't like a dirt road or anything like that, so I don't know what that was about, but steady on these curves, because the last thing we want to do at this point is roll the truck. Not be good, because pretty much at this point we do anything that incurs a huge fine at this point, and we are making a wasted journey, because we won't be able to afford the truck if it all works out fine. So 25k is roughly what I sort of discussed with Russell would be the budget. So we will see, because obviously I've worked on it being some kind of reserve. So I've got 27,165. That'll be about 27,400 by the time this job finishes. I need that extra little bit for the fuel and stuff, because obviously the fuel's going to be coming out of our pocket from now on if we get that truck. So I don't really have a huge reserve in the sense of if the truck is more or whatever, or if we lose some money now on a fine, then we're pretty much stuffed. We'll have to do a bunch more jobs to get the truck back up on our money. That brings me on to the mod situation. I have taken out a load of the map mods, because when I've been doing some of the jobs off camera, I've been getting a load of crashes, and I think that's pretty much because I've been running such an extensive set of map mods, because since I've taken those off, touch wood, it's been okay. So pretty much running vanilla maps now, all of the DLC ones, and then the 2 map mods that we're running, and that'll stay the same for the foreseeable, because I think I'm going to stay away from map mods on this profile at least, because I don't want to lose the progress. Is going to be the Reformer Mexico map and Pro Mods Canada. That's it. Those are the only 2 that we'll keep, so that's all we're running. So all of the official SCS DLC states, plus Canada a little bit, probably Pro Mods, and then some of Mexico with Reformer. Those are the only ones that we're going to run, because those generally get the best reviews. Since I've done that, touch wood, no crashes, the game is running smooth since then, in terms of not crashing. Ironically, I think it's probably a shaders issue. It's just rebuilding the shaders, but I have had a couple of minor frame rate stutters since taking those mods off, which is kind of funny, because I would have thought that I would be more likely to incur or experience stutters using all of those map mods, because the extra resource use on my PC. But so yeah, I'm hoping with those mods off now, that should give us a much more smoother experience. Ultimately, I think I've driven like 4,000 miles or so in total of miles that's been lost on the profile because of crashes, and then you have to lose the job. Oh, come on, turn you. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, in the region of 4,000 miles driven and lost because of crashes, and then the job gets cancelled. It's highly frustrating, especially when you're with the VTC as well, because it's all getting logged on Trucksbook. Unfortunately, a limitation with Trucks Book is, even though it tracks the mileage, if the job gets cancelled, it doesn't track that to the job. That doesn't track that to the company. So, yeah. Hey, this is a nice place. It's a nice bit of area. Attention. So, yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but I think we'll have a much smoother experience because ultimately I enjoy making this content for you guys, and I don't want to stop because of issues with the game, and I don't want to be wasting time either. I don't want to get... So there was one, it was like an 1,800 mile trip, and I got like 170 miles out from delivery, and the game crashed, lost the whole thing. So I was pretty miffed about that. I said I don't want to be like wasting time, you know. I don't want to be pulling a load around and then losing it so close to the end, because that's a big time investment. So I think that was probably about an hour and 40 of real time that was lost. So I didn't feel like picking up another job after that. Ticking along nicely, 2 hours and 20 minutes away from Portland, 120 miles. Should be there in no time at all. Sun is going down. Russell said he stays at his shop late, so there's no problem. So I think I spoke about it before, and one of the mods I am running, or was running, I'm not currently running it, was the Grimes weather mods. So Grimes is a modder. He's got his own website. They're free mods. There's a handful of them for different seasons, and my expectation of what would happen was you'd load all four of them in, and then they would randomise the weather. So it's got a spring, summer, autumn, winter one, and then based on the four of those, it would randomise the weather. However, what I think was happening was it was only taking the one that was highest priority on the list, who was only doing that weather from that mod pack. So what I was speaking to Red one night about it, Red Dead Gamer, and he suggested maybe running the weather to real time. So, you know, using the winter one for real life winter, using the spring one for real life spring, etc. Now, it's generally a good idea. I do like the idea. However, being 3 months of winter is long. So I would like to get your thoughts on that. What you think about potentially running the weather in game to real life. As it stands now, I'm using Kaz's Extreme Weather and Graphics mod. So, as a side note, I am putting out an episode next week of all the mods that I'm using. So that is in the works. I'm not sure what day it'll be, but it's not going to be as part of this series, but it'll be sort of like a little mini episode related to the series of all the mods that I'm using. And currently for weather, I am using the Kaz's weather map, Extreme Weather and Graphics mod, which seems to do okay, but there's not, in my opinion, I don't know if I've got it set up wrong or if it's recorded wrong. It doesn't seem to be a huge variety of weather in that mod. Like, I've only had rain once in all this time playing, and I was looking at my mileage yesterday, and I've so far covered off like 20,000 miles. So yeah, I want something that brings a bit of variety to the weather, because I just don't want it to be like dry all the time, because that's not real life. You know, obviously I want it to be raining, I want there to be snow at times, if snow is appropriate. So we're just coming into Portland now. We are getting closer to our destination. Russell's workshop is just around the corner from the delivery point, so we will hop on down to his workshop first. We'll speak to him, see what he's got going on for us, and then we'll crack on with our delivery.
Keep left.
Get that done. But I am excited. Just the prospect of our own truck after all this time. We're 12 episodes in, and granted it's been a bit quicker than I thought it probably would be, because obviously I've been putting out the 2 episodes a week in the last few weeks and been doing jobs between to try and get the money up. But yeah, I am well excited to be getting our own truck. The prospect of that is very exciting.
Keep right.
Be nice to finally start progressing towards our goals. On the goals front, everything still stays the same. Still looking to explore the map to 100%. I think we're sitting on about 9% exploration right now, so not too bad. I'm still looking to be debt free, which we are, and we will be, provided the truck is alright. And yeah, the goal is still eventually to hopefully get some employees for the company. How that'll work, I'm not sure, because obviously the garages are expensive. You do need to have at least a 3-bay garage to be able to take on a driver. So that'll be our next job, is getting the truck, getting used to running the truck and paying for the fuel and working out a fuel strategy and all that good stuff. And then after that we will look at saving up to get a garage, a bigger garage, so we can get some drivers. Obviously have to buy them some trucks. What I don't think happens is, I don't think that
Keep right.
the
And then exit right.
GDC economy mod takes into account the fact that you're running that mod.
Exit
So I
right.
think the garages are still the same price as they would be without that mod, which I think is a lot of money. But as I was talking to Lynn, the creative director for the channel, the other day, he did point out to me actually that once we get a truck, essentially our profits are going to double, because the costs, or the money earned per load goes up. So we're looking at mileage. And then I was talking about it on the live stream, I think. I was definitely talking to someone about it the other day. Maybe Rusty, or
Keep
maybe
right.
on the live stream, I
And
can't
then
remember. But
turn right.
what I didn't twig at the time, so when I came up with the concept of the series, I thought, oh yeah, that'll be a real challenge.
Turn
I
right.
like the idea of that. You know, I like to play challenge series myself anyway, even if I wasn't recording the episodes. And then when I was looking to try and get a head start on the calculation and how that would work, of, you know, what can we afford to run and stuff, I realised that we've actually done ourselves a bit of a favour down the line by not having any debt, because one of the fixed costs, the only fixed cost that you can attribute to the truck in the game, is the cost of debt, so loan payments. Now, we're not going to have any loan payments because obviously we don't have any debt. So we've done ourselves a bit of a favour that way, which means that we won't need to take, I mean, we still will take a higher paying job, but we won't necessarily need to be looking for the highest paid job, because there's you know, we're only having to factor in the fuel costs and the maintenance costs. So we've done ourselves inadvertently a bit of a favour there. Although it was initially more challenging, because I could have had a loan like 10 episodes ago. We could have had a truck 10
Keep
episodes
right.
ago. It was... I realised that actually down the line is probably better financially, because we will have a greater range of jobs available to us. Because we, you know, if we need to take a job is like $1 a mile, we've not got anything
Keep
to worry
left.
about. through? I hope so. We're doing a really ostentatious movement, 2-lane over. So we're just coming up now. We're just about a mile away from delivery, and Russell's garage is just up here onto the sat-nav on the right. So
Keep left.
we
And
will
then turn left.
do as the sat-nav says. We are going to take a right here.
Turn left.
It wants us to turn. It wants us to turn left. I was looking on the wrong side. That's what happens when you drive in a new city that you don't know. You end up going the wrong direction. So Russell's garage, I think, should be down there somewhere. Russell, we're coming for you, my friend. We are nearly here. I hope you've got the kettle on. Actually, no, because you don't have kettles in America, of course. Right, so this is it, just up on the left here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up on the curb here. Let's get our four-ways on. So up the curb. Alrighty, that's the Russell's garage there. So I'll nip in, I'll have a little look at the truck, and we will come back to you in just a sec. Righto guys, so yeah, Russell's got the truck in his workshop. He said we can film, that's all good. So we'll nip back in now, we'll have a little look around the truck. He said we can take it for a little spin around the block as well. I still haven't seen the truck. I went into his little office, so he said to pop back in, so we'll do that. And then we'll finish the job up, and hopefully by the time we've done that, he'll have the truck ready for us. Alright guys, so we've made it inside. Russell has pulled the truck in. I've had a quick look at it, and it's pretty sweet. So this is a 1949 Peterbilt 350, he said. It's looking pretty nice. He's done a good job of restoring it up. It's all been repainted. It's got the sleeper on the back. It's got the chrome wheels, load of chrome all over the place. But yeah, he's done an amazing job of sorting this out. I absolutely can't believe that this is in my budget for 25,000. Like, it's mint. There's not a dent on it. There's not a blemish. He said he's restored it from scratch. That's what he does. He likes to buy old trucks up and restore them. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. I wouldn't see any real reason to say no on this deal. He said the engine's not the best in terms of power. I think he said it's like 190 horsepower or 240, something like that. I can't remember. He's just nipped off. He said we can take it for a spin. He's left the keys with us. I've left the keys to my borrowed truck, so he knows we're coming back. So I will pull this out of the garage, and yeah, we'll take it for a little spin around the block and see what we think. Alright guys, so here we are. We're just going to very carefully pull this out of the garage because I do not want to ding this. This is a sweet truck. Old as you would imagine. You know, the interior is looking pretty old. Sort of colour scheme. Let's pull around here. Sounds pretty sweet. Let's get some lights on. But yeah, this is a sweet truck, man. I just can't believe this is 25,000. Like, I told him, I was very clear about the budget. He knew full well that I only had 25 G's to spend on a truck. And this is what he's come up with. And I'm having a hard time believing it, to be honest. You know, that old saying, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Drives really sweet. It drives so sweet. So I'm just going to run it up. He said that basically there's essentially a straight road out here that we can roll it up, back down. He said if you go straight up. Oh, stay, stop. Thank you. That was close. Yeah, he said if you go out of here, go straight up, set of lights, go straight over them. There's a garage at the end. You can turn around. He said to come back after that. So we'll do that. I've left the keys to my truck there with him. Sounds pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. I don't see any reason not to do this deal. 25 grand for this truck. It's only like a 200 horsepower something engine. It's probably pretty low on power for a lot of jobs, but you know, we can upgrade that down the line. So I'm gonna pull in here. Spin around and we'll go and tell Russell the good news that the deal is done and happy to go ahead, because I don't see any reason not to do this. So let's give some outside shots. Obviously it is dark so you can't really see it. It's got a single stack. Let's give it some welly. This is a Jake brake test. Brakes are all good. Pulls off easy. Quick Jake brake test. Whoa, nice. That's sweet. Right, let's get back. Tell him the good news. Russell, my friend, you have got a deal on this truck. Let's pull in here. Right. So, had a bit of a snag in the road. Got back with the truck. I spoke to Russell. I said, "You got a deal, my friend, 25k. Do you want a bank transfer or a check, whatever?" He laughed in my face. He said, "Are you mad?" I said, "Well, I thought that was the truck that I was coming to see." He said, "No, that's the truck that's for sale, that he's restored, but he wants 60,000 for it." I said to him, "You knew I only had 25 G's to spend on a truck." He said he'll let it go for 49,750, low at bottom end, as he's, was driven up from Utah to pick it up. He said, "Well, you must have had a truck for me," and he said, well, he was hoping I'd buy that truck. He said he does have a truck which he'd bought recently, which he was planning on doing it up, but it's been sat in the corner of his garage for a while. This is the truck. So yeah, what do you think? So it's an old farm truck. Peterbilt 359, circa 1970s, 80s. He's not 100% sure. It's been an old farm truck. It's a 63 inch flat top. He hasn't done anything with it. This is as was that he got it. He said it's had a tough life, as you can very well see. We've got a new fender that's been replaced here from a different truck, and the same on the other side. That bumper is not looking good. We've got a missing headlight here. So yeah, it's we'll call it a project. We'll not write it off. We'll call it a project. It's very much on its last legs, I think. He said it starts, drives, is roadworthy. I said to him, I don't think it is, because look at the state of the truck. Got a bit annoyed with him because obviously this probably explains why he didn't send any pictures. But yeah, this is the truck. He said we can pull it out, take it for a drive, so we will do that. Yeah, we're in the truck. You can see the interior is pretty beat up as well. Got wires hanging out there. Everything seems to be here. Sort of. I think we will take her for a little drive. Take the same care and attention with this. I mean, it seems like it runs okay. It does seem like it runs. The engine, alright, it's a bit tricky to start, but it seemed like it runs. I think it's a Cummins 370 horsepower engine in this. It's got an Eaton Fuller 18-speed transmission. fully expecting that it's going to need a heap of work on the engine, but until we get a mechanic to have a look at it, if we do actually go ahead with it, he said we can have this for a shade under 25 just to get it off his yard, because he hasn't got time to do anything with it. So we'll do the same thing. We'll take it down to a spin down to that garage, spin it back, and then I don't know, man. I'm just really feeling deflated. I'm just annoyed. You could have sent some pictures. I don't know if I would have still come up to have a look anyway. Just it seemed a bit shady to me that he'd bring out a really nice looking truck first, and then bring out this next, which is the actual truck that he wanted to sell me. I mean, it is running. It does seem to run. Did have a little bit of an issue at the start, but it was okay. Got started. It's got bags of potential. These are collectors, well, not collectors, but they are highly desirable trucks. The 359, they're very desirable for people looking to buy old trucks. So yeah, I'm just a bit conflicted of what to do really, because I was hoping that this would be the start of our trucking empire, so to speak. And if we ended up buying this truck, we're going to be spending some cash on doing it up. I mean, we'll do the all-important Jake brake test. And it does go on very quickly. It's very harsh Jake brake. Alright, it starts and drives. It's roadworthy to some respect. I think it probably needs some more urgent work. Let's get it back to Russell. Let's go have a chat to Russell and see what we can do. I don't know. Like I said, just feeling a bit deflated. A bit like probably wouldn't have come if I'd have known this was the truck, but... Alright guys, so... as you sort of saw, that didn't go as expected, so yeah, Russell has got the two trucks. He's got that 350 Peterbilt, which is really nice. He's done a good job of restoring that. He said he wanted 60k for that, but he's going to let me have it for 49,750. Obviously we don't have that much money. That other truck, man, that is a wreck. That is a wreck. So I told him, I said, look, let me finish this delivery off. It's just over the road. I'll finish it off, clear the air. I wouldn't say things got pretty heated, but I felt pretty annoyed because obviously he was being pretty cagey about it. Initially he kept the 359, he kept that sort of back. Didn't tell me anything about that. I assumed that the 350 was the truck that he was trying to sell us, which it was, but for much a higher price. So yeah, I'm a bit stuck. He said he's happy to hold the 350 for us until we get the funds, which I reckon will probably be another few weeks.
400 meters, turn right.
But it's yeah, it's well frustrating to say the least. I think we're in here for delivery. But yeah, let me know what you think we should do. He said I can have the 359. He will give that to me for $24,982. Starts and drives, it runs, it's roadworthy to some extent, even though it doesn't look it. I think it was an old, from the sign writing that was on the side of the door, you guys saw that. I think it was an old farm truck. Looks like it's had some collisions at times, obviously with the different fenders and different body panels. They are a rare truck, they're a very collectible truck. He basically said that he doesn't have the time to fix it up himself. So, yeah, I think... let me know in the comments what you guys think about that truck, the 359. That's in our budget, it is roadworthy. It is roadworthy, we could have to do it up, we'd have to do some work to it. It's a nice truck. I think it's got a Cummins 370 horsepower engine in it. it's just frustrating with Russell, because obviously that explains why he wasn't sending any pictures, because I think he probably assumed that I wouldn't turn up for the job or to look at it if I saw what it was like. So, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. That is going to do us for this episode. We've got the choice ahead of us. Hopefully, I mean, it's just disappointing. Like I said, it wasn't what I was expecting. It does start, it does drive, it is in our budget. It might need some work down the line. We'll see. Or do we hang on for that 350? It's all restored, all looking nice. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I do appreciate you all so much for watching. This has been episode 12. Hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I will catch you in the next episode. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We've hit 100 subscribers now, so we're on the road to the next 100. 200, here we come. If you are happy with the content, or you do like the content, do hit that bell notification as well so you can get notified. Do look out for Buckland Farm coming back soon on a live stream series, and we'll catch you in the next episode this coming Sunday, and we'll need to make a decision about this truck. But for now, thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time.